The lead pastor of Dunamis International Church, Pastor Paul Enenche, has broken his silence on the death of the late popular gospel musician Osinachi. Osinachi was the lead singer at the Abuja headquarters of the church before her demise. Many have alleged she was a victim of domestic abuse, with her husband Peter Nwachukwu believed to have assaulted her several times, leading to her death. Enenche had been called out by many who accused him of maintaining uncomfortable silence since the incident. But Enenche said he knew nothing about domestic abuse that may have led to the singer's death. He said the deceased and her husband had complained of a chest pain in a meeting with him, after which he prayed. He said when the issue persisted, he directed them to the hospital to ascertain the real cause of the pain. The cleric claimed he only got to know about the alleged domestic violence she suffered after her demise. In a video on the church's Facebook page on Wednesday night, April 13, 2022, Enenche said, and I quote, "We are in a season that calls for sober reflection in the light of the passing of our beloved sister Osinachi Nwachukwu, who is a kingdom asset and a generational asset to this generation. In the light of so much misinformation, in the light of so much misconstruction of events, I decided to set straight what I know concerning the situation. Over 2.5 months ago, she came to see me with her husband with complaints of chest pain, respiratory distress. I prayed for her and prayed again, and when the symptoms did not abate, I counseled that they go to the hospital to help us to know exactly what we were dealing with, and they asked if I could help them to facilitate that process. I called our head of medical team, Dr. Isang, who is consultant pediatrician with the Federal Medical Center, KEFI, to assist handle their situation, and he called the Federal Medical Center, JABI, and called colleagues there where they attended to them. On seeing her, they ordered some investigation after examination, and that included CT scan, computerized axial tomography scan. That was done, and from what the doctors saw, they felt that there was need for further investigation, either at the Abuja Teaching Hospital or the National Hospital in Abuja. I called the doctor, consultant physician at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, Dr. Axel Alexander, and I told him the situation, and he asked that they come to see him immediately, and they went to the Gwagwalada Teaching Hospital. After they had examined her there and saw the situation, they felt that there was a need for histology and biopsy of the lung tissue, and they asked that she go to the National Hospital to get that done. I again called the Dr. Jibril, who is head of pathology and consultant histopathologist of the National Hospital in Abuja, and reported the issue to him and to help us go ahead with the investigation and find out what exactly happened. I am calling names and calling places because the people are available, they are alive, and are all verifiable. He added, they continued the management and the histology was done. From what I saw at that time, the picture was much milder than what the CT scan earlier on showed, and so we felt very happy that at least there was relief. She called me literally daily and we prayed with her, reported progress. A point came when she needed no oxygen anymore, according to what she said to me one night, and that they checked her oxygen perfusion and it was 100%, and we're very, very, very excited at that progress. That was the point it was before we went over to the crusade in Cameroon. It was in Cameroon the second night that I got to know of the unfortunate incident of her passing. Now, if there was domestic violence that led to or coincided with those symptoms that she came with 2.5 to 3 months ago, there is no way I would know. And if there had been domestic violence, there was no way I would have known. The things we are hearing after her passing were things that were very, very strange to my ears. Then I began to ask questions. First, I asked the twin sister, "Are you aware that your sister passed through all these things?" She said yes, that she knew some of them, but that the majority of them she was hearing also from those she confided in. I asked her, I said, "If you knew, why didn't you let us know?" And the twin sister said she always begged her, "Please don't let the church know. Don't let the pastor know. Please, the man will change. Just pray for us. The man will change." And that continued to happen. I asked the first son yesterday. I said, "Was this real?" And the son told other stories. I said, "Why didn't you tell me?" Because typically they will run to me after service and I will pray for them, lay hands on them. And then the young man said they couldn't tell me because the father would always ask them after they left me, "What did you tell the pastor? Did you tell him anything?" Some of the members in the choir who were privy to some of the things that were going on, I asked one of them when we paid a visit to the house of the deceased yesterday, "What happened? Why were we not aware of all this?" The same story, that she will always go on her knees and say, "Please don't just pray. We are trusting God for him to change." The last one that touched me so much was the music producer who came to see me in the office 2 days ago to tell me his own experience, how he witnessed that the man slapped the wife in his music studio. And I said to him, "You saw how a man slapped a woman in your presence and you left the man alone and you are a man yourself." And he said before he could respond to the man, the woman again in tears on her knees begged him not to do anything, to leave him alone and not even to do anything, and so on and so forth. From Lagos, this is Tina Timothy, News Express Nigeria Television.